going to give you a verbal countdown.
Cool.
Stand up for the verbal.
X equals Y, the return is true. Financial advice made
And the money.
money in your wallet you can take to the bank. See the market climb with your credit rate. Money's tight, you don't need to worry. You got that right, you're on
And the
the money.
3, 2, 1.
When the time is right in the market.
Yeah, I'm
turn,
sure we
your
can do
money
something
is
about
stock.
it. Like
Dip
what?
in.
Money.
You got $700 billion you're not using?
Ride on the
Yeah, okay. Well, let's discuss this another time, okay? Actually, you caught me right in the middle of something, so let's talk in an hour or two. Thanks a lot. All right, goodbye. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back to join On the Money. This is a first for me. The show you're watching now, it wasn't scheduled. Events have taken over. And where are all these bubbles coming from? The bubbles were intentional, ladies and gentlemen, and quite frankly, you'd have to live in a cave under a bridge and be deaf, dumb and blind not to know what's going on in the world right now. That is, and I use the expression advisedly, economic meltdown. We're taping this show, which is a special episode of the On the Money show, on Monday the 29th of September, in anticipation of airing the show tomorrow, that's the 30th of September. Now, that isn't the norm. Normally we'd tape and air in a week, but I think you'll all agree, those of you that have been watching the newspaper, looking at websites and listening to your radios, that there's a lot going on that needs to be explained. Fine. I will say before we get into the subject matter, which is ironically the name of the show is Wall Street Once More into the Abyss. I will say that I'm pleased to announce that this show, even though the subject matter has changed, is actually the first show in our series. We are a weekly item. We will be airing on a TV station near you if you live in New York City on a weekly basis. That said, I am going to introduce a new, attractive and definitely productive member of the show in the name of Julie Sinha, who is now my co-host and comes from an education and a financial broadcast background. Julie, why don't you look into one of these cameras and tell these people who you are and introduce yourself, please.
Okay, thank you, Aiden. My name is Julie Sinha, like he said, and I do have a financial background, some journalism experience at ETV, where I reported on the Forex, bonds, equities, and hedge fund markets, and I am happy to join the On the Money team. And with that, I'll bring it back to Aiden.
Thank you, Julie. Now this is going to work, guys. We've got half an hour here, and if you've been watching TV just like anyone else in America the last few days, you will have been beleaguered, besotted, and bewildered by the amount of input and bad news that's been coming your way. Let's get started real quickly. We're going to talk about what the markets are doing worldwide. I am in no position to tell you exactly what happened and why, but I'm going to propose to paint a picture that will make some, if not a little, sense of it. We have lost the main guard of the financial investment banking industry. We have lost Lehman Brothers. I am a bit saddened by that. For the record, I am a Shearson Lehman American Express alumni. That means that I worked for those guys. Lehman were around 158 years. They don't exist anymore. We have seen tremendous hits, both on Freddie Mac and Freddie Mae, the mortgage-backed government agencies. We are about to, I think it's breaking news is the expression, we are about to lose Washington Mutual. I'm pretty sure that as we speak, someone swallowed them up, and everyone knows what happened to AIG and Merrill Lynch. This is in no way, shape or form small breaking news. This is a complete reshaping and reforming of the investment banking and Wall Street as it stands. To use and to paraphrase an expression that is totally overused, this is big news. This is the stuff that you can tell your grandchildren around. Okay, that's news that you could get without me, but here's what I want to do today. I want to try to premise, or I want to try to explain in layman's terms, as usual, exactly what happened and why. So those of you that watch my show, you know what happens next. This is my tool. It enables me to organize my thoughts, and it enables me to put things down in a logical manner. I could show you a PowerPoint, but this is good for me, and I hope it works for you. I'm going to give you my theory. Now, obviously, a theory is just like an opinion. It's subjective. It's not a Bible. It's not definitive. It's not the only view that's out there, but it is what I consider to be the contributing factor which has led us to the point we're at right now. I'm not going to use a timeline because we don't have much time, but I'm going to point out to the following. There are underlying reasons why Wall Street is off 500 plus points today. Just for the record, let's keep it light. My birthday was the 15th of September. That is, as we speak, that's approximately 2 weeks ago. I got out of bed and the market was down 500 points. And my previous, and who I hold near and dear to me, my previous member firm, Shearson Lehman, one of the stalwart, I believe they're called white collar WASP firms, have gone. So, since then, we have seen a little bit of movement in the markets. Those of you out there, and I've said this in previous shows, you don't have to have bought a stock from a broker to have exposure to the market and its ebbs and flows. If you own a pension, if you own an IRA, if you own a mutual fund, if you work for the government, if you have a 401k plan, somewhere along the line, if you have any kind of savings towards your retirement or any long-term goal, this, my friend, has damaged you. So if I were you, I would want to know a little bit about what's affecting my life in such a major way. Here's what's affecting your life. Wall Street, for the years that it's been in existence, has been, and I am a Wall Streeter, but I'm going to call it the way I see it, it is a members only club. I have been, by the way, I've been told to improve my handwriting. I'm really working on it, but I'm hoping that the audio plus the visual aid will get the point across. Now, what that means is this. The analogy that I used to open the show was a good one. I thought about it for a while. They are bubbles. Bubbles are transparent. You can see that there's nothing there. But Wall Street is a unique bubble because no one, and I say no one, I mean you, those investors out there that have positions in companies with brokerage firms that make markets in stock, no one really can see